Liberal black radio host said Harris's messaging out of touch compared to Trump's America First rhetoric. Now, I don't normally agree with Charlemagne the God's takes, but this one I 1000% agree with. He is right on point. Americans want America to be put first. Even legal immigrants that come here wants to put America first. So that's what America's about. We're supposed to be able to take care of ourselves first before we go out and help other people. But when it comes to America and its citizens, Kamala Harris puts everyone else before us, which is just crazy, and then expects us to vote for them, which is what I don't understand. I don't know why anyone would vote against their own interests, because we already know what she stands for. She stands for open borders. She stands for sending money overseas to like Israel and Lebanon and Ukraine, and the list goes on and on, while American lives are suffering under their policies. And then they're asking us for 4 more years. She's asking us for 4 more years of this crap, and people are fed up. And I actually agree with Charlemagne on this, so we're gonna talk about this. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account as well, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's talk about this news. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. So let's talk about this news. Sorry about that. I was receiving a message. Now, this comes from Slay News, the great Frank Bergman. Y'all know I love his reports. And he reports that Charlemagne the so-called God, the liberal black co-host of the Breakfast Club radio show, has warned Democrats that the messaging of Kamala Harris and her running mate Tim Walz is out of touch. However, the radio host admitted that President Donald Trump's rhetoric about putting America first is a winning strategy. As well it should be. You should put your country first. I don't expect Canada to put us before them. I don't expect Great Britain to put other countries before them. You should put your country first. Well, during the 2020 election, Charlemagne became the center of a backlash following his interview with then Vice President Joe Biden. In the interview, Biden told the show's predominantly African-American audience that if they don't vote for him over Trump, they ain't black. And Charlemagne never checked him on that. He let him get away with that. Wokey woke. Charlemagne, the so-called God, who talk all this black stuff and all this, and black people are being underrepresented and all this other nonsense stuff, racism this, racism that, but yet he don't check him on a man who got a history of being racist. This man literally spoke at was he the Grand Master or Grand Dragon or whatever, KKK. He literally spoke at his funeral and said this guy was his mentor. But and don't check this guy and let him get away with this. It's just crazy. But let's play this clip. I'm sure we all seen it, but let's play this clip. Here we go.
It is the phrase that everybody's talking about today. You ain't black. Those were the words coming from Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden during a radio show interview.
Well, he was talking about anyone who doesn't know whether to vote for him or President Trump in November. Biden's words sparked a growing debate. PBS 46's Brittany Miller explains that Biden has since apologized.
Yes, he has apologized, saying that he shouldn't have been such a wise guy or so cavalier. But Biden's apology really hasn't put out the flames of this national controversy.
3 words have ignited a political and racial firestorm.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
You ain't black is all over social media and major news outlets.
All right, so you saw that. There. I'm sure everyone remember when he said that, and he got away with it. Black folks still voted for this man. If Trump would have said that, there would have been even much more of an uproar, and they would have demanded that he step down from running for president. And nothing really. It was a couple of people outraged by it, but not that didn't stop anything. It was just crazy. While discussing the messaging from both 2024 presidential tickets, Charlemagne says Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance are talking to voters, quote, about things that are happening right here in America. After a co-host played a clip of Waltz, Charlemagne highlighted one key way Democrats are being outperformed by their opponents. Quote, you know, one place where I think they messed up in regards to messaging, Charlemagne asked, like, you know, you'll listen to a lot of reporters and they'll be talking to Trump or J.D. Vance and they'll be talking to them about things that are happening right here in America because it is an election season right here in America. So it's always America first, he noted. But then you go to Tim Waltz and they're asking him about geopolitical politics. And I think a lot of times that makes them sound, you know, very out of touch. That makes them sound very out of touch. And that's touch to what's going on right here in America, he said. And I agree. I definitely agree. A co-host noted that these are the questions being asked of the candidates. Charlemagne agreed and said that international issues are being highlighted over what's happening right here in the country. And when you hear, you know, J.D. Vance and Trump talking about what's happening here at home and saying things like America first and America, make America great again, that's messaging sometimes resonates a lot more. He then corrects himself and said, not sometimes, it does resonate a lot more. Charlemagne then noted that Americans have had little tolerance for money being sent abroad while they are struggling at home with natural disasters. And they're still sending money. We're still sending money overseas when we got all these natural disasters and FEMA said they're running out of money and stuff. But on Saturday, Harris pledged $157 million in, quote, additional assistance to Iranian terrorism harboring Lebanon. Harris argued that Lebanon is, quote, facing an increasingly dire humanitarian situation, sorry y'all, struggle reading, after Israel targeted Islamic terrorists in the state. Quote, people got outraged, Charlemagne said. They were like, yo, what about us right here in North Carolina? So, like, the America First messaging goes much farther, especially during an election season, he said. Last Thursday, Charlemagne and a Harris supporter, also praised the messaging in a Trump ad, which he called impactful and effective. But Charlemagne is still gonna vote for these leftist policies, which makes absolutely no sense. Because, be honest, most black people are conservative, to be honest with you, and that's why Trump is getting so much support from black men in particular, because most black people are conservative. We've been told growing up, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, even though the Democrat policies we really don't agree with if you look at it. And people are waking up because of Trump. People are leaving the Democratic plantation in droves. Democrats don't know what to do about it. All they got is, oh, Trump is a racist, Trump is a misogynist, and Trump is a criminal. That's all they got. But when it comes to policy, they cannot argue with policy, because we have 4 years under Trump and know how well his policy helps the average American. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.